welcome back to JR14. Here I am with another video for you guys. As you saw in the last video, we did the full detail of Project Mark 7 with the interior, but now we're going to do the full exterior of the car. Now you're kind of wondering why is it not in the driveway and it's halfway out in the middle of the street? It's because we're going to actually do engine bay cleaning first. The reason why we're going to do that is because, as I noticed when I did oil changes and coolant changes, a lot of that just dried up and is gunked on to the top of the engine bay all around the sides and stuff like that. So we're going to use some degreaser, try to get that all out so it all falls to the bottom. It is grease, it will stain the driveway, so if you could do it in the street, it's best to do it in the street. And then we'll move the car into the driveway and we'll get started the detailing. So without further ado, I'm not going to do a full introduction today. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and get into the detail of the Project Mark 7 of the exterior. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, so the same as the last video that I've done, all the detailing stuff that I'm going to do for the exterior, I'm going to actually present to you, and I'm going to put up a link in the description below, so that this way, if you guys want to buy these for yourself to do any part of the car that you most interested in, you will have the opportunity to. In the description below, like I said, I will put every link to every product that I use on this detail in the description below, so this way you guys can buy them for yourselves. So before you do this, before you detail the engine, what you want to do first is basically you want to go ahead and cover the battery, cover the fuse box, cover bits of the intake where water can get in. So we don't want water to get in those places. That's bad. So everything else can pretty much get wet, but you don't have to saturate it in water. Just slightly brush over it with water. Then we're going to hit some degreaser on it, let it sit, and then we're going to agitate all of it with this brush here, and then we should be able to rinse it off and it should be clean. And then what we'll use some type of trimmer, like a trim cleaner, so all the plastic bits will shine really black, so it looks really nice. So without further ado, let's go. We're going to use our brush here, and we're going to go ahead, start it from the top, work our way down. A little more. Turn your brush. Go ahead and take it. Edge cover. Get the intake. Even though I just installed this, if you haven't seen that installation video, that will be in the upper right hand corner of the screen. Just gonna really get in here, clean a lot of this gunk out. I'll give you guys another angle so you guys can see. So that should be a little bit better for you guys all to see if you couldn't see before. Now I'm working on this side here. Again, you can get a lot of stuff with this little brush, which will make it cool. And this stuff is also from Chemical Guys. Orange degreaser. They make a green degreaser too. Always gets clean. So I love using this stuff from Chemical Guys because it's not harsh, it doesn't damage the plastics, it doesn't like make the plastics brittle and crack eventually. It's just really easy to use. And with a brush, you can really get really in there and agitate everything, as you can see I'm doing now. You don't have to go crazy because as you're doing this, the degrease is actually breaking down the dirt. So you really don't have to worry about because I know I just did an oil change, for instance. I want to get down there, get that oil filter clean, well, the oil filter cover housing clean. Try to push some of this dirt out. As you can see, my brush is absolutely filthy. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's absolutely filthy. But we're just going to touch up a little bit more. A couple of spots. And then we're going to hose this guy down. Now what we're going to do is, you don't want to start the engine, you don't know where water is. What you want to do is try to dry the engine as much as possible. So right now we're going to go ahead and we're going to actually get the leaf blower and dry this completely out. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the tape off. When you finish drying it completely off, it will still be wet. That's the thing, that you don't want it to be wet in the filters and stuff like that, because if that sucks up any water, it's game over. So I usually do it like this. It's okay if it gets a little wet, because rain and stuff like that does happen. It's okay if it gets a little wet, but you don't want it to get extremely wet. That's the key. You don't want to get it totally wet to where you can't start the car, or the car has complications. There we go. I'm going to start up the car and see if everything is good. So I'm going to start up the car. Alright, so basically what we're going to use is black chemical, guys, black on black. This stuff is pretty awesome due to the fact of, the matter of the fact is that this is pretty cool. You can use this on plastic, you can use this on trim pieces on the exterior, interior. You can also use this on wheels if you want to use this for a specific armor all, so it's perfectly fine. You can definitely use it no matter what you're trying to do. So we definitely, all you have to do is just shake it up really well and just spray it evenly across all the plastic trim. Doesn't matter, all through the plastic trim. You can do one, two things. You can leave it wet like this and let it sit on, or if you want like more of like a sheen finish, you can just simply just wipe it off a little bit and it comes off. I mean, it doesn't come off, but it leaves this beautiful sheen look, which is what I like personally. Just wipe all the little bits off that you want. You leave it on pipes, doesn't really matter. The good thing is now is that now you have a clean engine bay and you don't have to worry about, you know, damaging anything, knocking anything. Car starts up just fine. Some say you don't have to cover the battery and stuff. I do it as a safety precaution for myself. This is what your engine bay looks like. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull the GTI into the driveway. Okay, so we did the engine, we did the interior. Now we're gonna work on this paint. So the paint's really rough, it's really bad. We don't want to scratch it up anymore. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give it a full bath, and then we're gonna do a pre-wash. We're gonna rinse it down, do a pre-wash, then we're gonna decontaminize it, clay bar it, then we're gonna polish it, then we're gonna wash it, decontaminize it, wash it again, then we're gonna clay bar, rinse it down, rinse it off, and then we're gonna clay bar it, and then dry it off, polish it, then seal it. So it's a lot of steps, but we're definitely we have a lot to do. So first thing we're gonna do is pre-wash the car, and the way that we do that, you don't touch it, you don't like rub it or anything like that. We're decontaminizing the paint, so we want as much dirt to deal with, the least amount of dirt as possible. So the first thing we have to do is pre-wash the car, and the way that you do that is you get a foam cannon, you fill it up with your favorite soap. This is pretty good. If you like that interior spray that I did, and it smells really good in the cabin now. This is also Honeydew Snow Foam Auto Wash from Chemical Guys. I'll put a link in the description below where you can actually purchase one of these. These aren't expensive. These are like literally about, I think, $20-some for a full gallon, which is really awesome. And this will last me a very long time. I just opened it today. And then I also put a description for the foam cannon. Now, a lot of people seem to think that you don't necessarily, if you don't have a power wash, you can't use a foam cannon. That's true with this guy, because obviously you see the connector with the power washer connector. However, they do make versions of this where if you just have a regular hose, you can use it. So I'll put a description for this and the one for the regular hose in the description below. As you can see, I filled this up with water and already with soap already. We don't need much. We just need to cover the pretty much the circumference of the car, and then we're gonna rinse it down. But I'm not gonna talk. I'm just gonna continue. I'm just gonna do this. So without further ado, let's go ahead. Alright, so as you can see, all the soap is oozing off of the paint, pulling the dirt down, as much dirt as possible. It's doing a pretty good job at it. So why are we doing this? The reason why you're doing this is because we're going to decontaminize the paint. So the reason why we're decontaminizing the paint is because we want as less work for us as possible. So we're going to pull the surface dirt off. Following the surface dirt, we're actually going to spray down the car with like this Iron X stuff from CarPro. I'll show you that stuff in a minute. So pretty much it's gonna tear down the dirt, and whatever's left over we're gonna spray down with Iron X. It should turn different colors and whatnot. We could spray it on the wheels, the brake calipers, the paint, the roof, the carbon fiber bits, all of it. So we're gonna spray it on absolutely everything, and then let's let this sit there like a couple of minutes, nothing crazy, and we'll be good to go. So yeah, so let's just give this a couple more minutes and then we'll be good to go. All right, we're back. Let's take a look at what we have here. All right, so pretty much this is all the soap pretty much rolled down off of it already. So we're gonna go ahead and rinse this off, and then we're gonna do the next step. So let's go ahead. All right, so the cool thing about this product is we're going to decontaminize the paint now, and the way that we're going to do that is with this. So this is called Iron X from CarPro. I will also put this in the link in the description below. So what this basically does is that it could decontaminate the entire paint. So any little bits that you can't really get off before the clay bar, this literally can pull off any type of iron off of wheels, calipers, exhaust, paint, glass, plastics, trim pieces, anything. Pretty much everything you can do with this. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna spray this on the car. We'll start from the top so it can roll to the bottom. We don't want to waste product, but they give you a lot of product in this. I think this is like a liter. There we go. And you just have to let this sit on the paint for a while. Ooh, it doesn't smell the greatest. Well, it has like a toxic lemony smell to it. I'm gonna spray it all over the wheels, everything. And it's supposed to change color, supposedly. So we'll see how that works. Alright, I don't see anything happening yet. I don't know if it actually changes color. It's supposed to change purple. A little bit. See right, so see down here? See how this is pulling off? It's purple. So any line is iron, particles of paint. It pulls it off, it turns purple. So let's see how well I can take my car. You're black, you're purple. 52. Oh, it's also just purple. Look at that wheel. Look how purple it is. Look at all that purple on the ground. All those particles. And it's breaking it down. There we go. So you see all over the, I guess I didn't do such a good job. So I don't know if you could see that. It's turning a little bit of purple. Some of the particles are actually changing purple. This is good though. I've never done this on any of my cars before. It's the first time I'm ever using this product. I've heard a lot of good things about it. A lot of people swear on it like this is a must when doing your car. So we're gonna give it a shot today. See how much crap we can get off this paint. I'm like, when I detail cars, I detail cars on the side hustle in the summer. I'm a perfectionist, but I also don't like to work too hard at this because it's not enjoyable when you work hard. Like when you work hard at like detailing a car, you kind of just don't want to look at all of this. Look at all this on the ground. All that just came off that wheel. Ugh, disgusting. Look at the back. I don't know if you guys can see that, but look at the back. Look at all that purple dripping off little by little. And we did half the car. So you're gonna use a good amount of this bottle. And I did half the car already. And we didn't even do the front. So try to cover a lot of ground with as minimal sprays as possible. You don't have to use this stuff all the time. That's the thing. Don't use it all the time. And work our way down. All right, we already finished half the bottle. Let me know if I'm using too much product. I hope not, because I'll be really upset if I did. Switching hands again. Get it all over, even that front new Aerofab front splitter. Look at this side. Look at all of the purple that is coming off of this. Look at all the purple dripping down. Oh my God. Jeez. That is terrible. I mean, golly. Because most of this dirt sits in the cracks. And you don't ever see it. So it's kind of like you're looking at it. Supposed to just let this sit down for a little bit. See what happens. Ugh, see all the purple everywhere. All this purple. A lot of iron particles left on the paint, ladies and gentlemen. Ugh, this driveway. Jeez. This is why I said you wanted to do the interior first before doing the exterior, because if you're doing the interior last, then you're gonna be stepping in all over this. It's gonna be left in the driveway, and you're gonna have all the stuff in the car. And then you already did the, so that's why I did the interior first. All right, so we let it sit here for a little while. I think it pretty much broke down everything. It's a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and rinse the car off now. Dirt that came off the car. Yeah, I've never seen anything like this. It's terrible. Jesus. Alright, let me finish this up real quick. Alright, people. So we have two buckets here. We have two identical buckets with these guys. And I'll explain what these are in a minute. But we're gonna do the wheels and exhaust first. We usually do that first, so that we get that out of the way without putting anything like that back on the paint. So, what are these? What are those? Okay. So basically, these are called grit guards, and the benefit of them is that you don't, you wash the car and then you put the mitt back in the bucket and then you pick up dirt and put it back on the car. These prevent you from doing that. So basically what you do, so you drop these in. They have like little two holes here so you can put your finger in them. So you put both of them in like this. And then your mitt and everything sits on top. So all the dirt falls to the bottom. So this way you don't have to worry about, oh, well, this, that, and the third, and oh my God, I gotta actually, I gotta worry about, have to worry about the dirt and everything, because the dirt's trapped on the bottom, so it can't come back up. So you'll be okay. So why do I have two of these? So the reason why is because we don't want all the dirt trapped in one bucket. Now, even though you have the grit guards, why is that a concern, right? Well, the good thing is that it's even just that much more preventable to do this way, as far as like trying to get most of the dirt off the car and keep it off the car. So for instance, here we would fill up, like for instance, one of these buckets will fill up with soap and water. The other one will just fill up with just water. So that's going to be your rinse bucket. So essentially the way that it works is that you originally keep your mitt for the paint in the soapy water. You go from soapy water to paint, you wipe paint down, and then after you finish wiping that section off, you put it in here to rinse it, and you put it back in the fresh clean bucket, and you do the process. So it's like a triangle effect. So that's pretty much how it's going to work. So what we're going to do now is that we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to fill these both up with water. This one with soap and water, and this one with just water. Then we're going to go ahead and see what's up. So without further ado, let's go ahead. Usually the first thing I do is I go in the barrel. So go in the barrel and then do the outside of the wheel last. So got my woolies here. Now these are pretty cool. They're soft. They're pretty strong. And they don't break. They're like a hard plastic. I'll put these in the description down below if you want to clean your wheels and you want an easy way to do it rather than taking the wheel off the car. That's another solution, but it takes time and effort. And by the time you get the wheels off the car, you don't want to do it anymore. And another thing that I usually do, I don't know why I just didn't do it, start from the top and work your way down. And the reason why you do that is because of the fact of the water that runs down. You're not wasting soap. You're not wasting product. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these cleaned up. We're gonna do a little time lapse real quick because I have to do all 4 of these, and then we have to clean the car. Alright, so for the exhaust tips, as you can see, these beautiful black diamond Corsa tips. If you haven't seen that video, make sure that you click on the upper right hand screen so you can see it, because that sounds amazing. And it definitely was an interesting install. So as you can see, I'm taking a same wheel willy, and I'm going around so you can see me be able to clean on side of the tip. Now to clean the outside, you don't need that much water. All you definitely need is a mitt, and you're able to go around like so. That's it. These are technically pretty new, so you really don't have to do much. Do the same thing for the other side. Time lapse this real quick. Doesn't take long at all. All right, so now we could dump this bucket out. We don't need it. We got the wheels done. I'm gonna dump this bucket out. We're gonna put fresh soap and water in here, and then we're gonna foam cannon the car again, but this time, instead of letting it sit, we're gonna go ahead and scrub it from top to bottom on just the body, because we already did the wheels. So just made our job a little easier, guys. Not bad at all. So without further ado, let's go ahead. And what you do is back and forth strokes, just back and forth. You don't have to do like this, because then you'll scratch the paint. You want to create minimal scratches while doing this. So go back here. You can go across if you want. It's perfectly fine. So you lift up your whatchamacallit, your windshield wipers, and then go back and forth. You don't have to rub hard, because you did so much decontamination already. It's literally just making sure that you touched on every part of the body and that we are cleaning it, because the next step we're going to do is that we're going to be clay barring. And the good thing about this is that all the soap is already on the car for you. So I finished one section already. I went down to the bottom of the bumper. Then you go down, you scrub down at the bottom of the grit guard to get all that dirt out of this mitt. And we go back to it. Here we go. Hope you guys can see me. Hang on, got water all over the lens here. There we go. All right, so hope you guys see me. I know the sun is like in my you can't really see me, but I don't know if you can or not, but just want to let you guys know that, okay, so we rinsed down the car, but we didn't dry it. And the reason why we didn't dry is because we're going to go clay bar it. Now, it's obviously, when you clay bar a car, the best, easiest way to do so is to make sure that you have the car as wet as possible. You can use detailer spray. Me personally, I think it's kind of a waste, because of the fact it's like, stuff ain't cheap. So what I use soap and water, or just water, It's still lubricated enough. It's not as hot, so the water's not going to dry off as quickly. But I'm not going to use a traditional clay bar. I'm going to use a medium grade clay bar, like a sponge. It's an auto sponge. It's called Auto Scrub, and I will also put this in the link in the description below. So I'll put a link in the description below. So basically with this, it's a rubber pad that's very sticky. So all I have to do, since it's already wet, is go back and forth with this. And just to keep in mind with you, once you have like a traditional clay bar and you drop it on the ground, you cannot put it back on the car. You cannot try to fix it to make it better. It's done. Like, it's finished, it's done. You can't do anything about it. You have to throw it away and get a new piece. This, all you have to do is really just rinse it off, and that's it. You don't go in circular motions again because you're agitating the paint to pull extra stuff off. Now, as you can see, you think the paint is actually, and this works on glass too, which is why I'm doing my sunroof, but you think that the paint is clean, and it's not. There's still little bits of contamination in the paint that the Iron X didn't get, that pre-washing didn't get, and re-washing the car didn't get. So we're scrubbing the whole car, and the thing about this is that it's so much faster. So I really wanted to go ahead and apply this. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's little specks that Iron X didn't get. The good thing about this Auto Scrub is that you scrub it out, and these little particles come out, and it's perfect. It works a lot better, in my opinion, than clay bar. Because one, I want to beat the sun, and literally clay bar takes forever. It does take longer to do clay bar than this. And I can literally, like as you saw, I already did a good quarter of the car already. And it doesn't matter if you go up and down or start from the top and work your way down. You don't necessarily have to. You can pretty much scrub anywhere. Like, see this little spot right here? All I do is just really scrub it down, and it's a little bit left. Keep scrubbing it, and it's gone. So all these little specks on the back of the hatch here. White cars are notorious for this, by the way. So you can use it on the taillights, because we're sealing everything. And I did half the roof already in literally 5 minutes. Clay bar takes forever because then you have to stop, you have to look at the dirt, you have to fold it and reapply it. And sometimes it's uncomfortable on your hand. This, I can mold it to the way I want my hand to be. It's perfectly ahead, and completely dry it, and then we'll start the polishing process. But we're gonna rinse it off one more time, and then, because you know now the particles are loose, we're gonna rinse everything off again, and then we're gonna go ahead and completely dry the car completely down, and then we're gonna go into polishing. All the thing, I thought it would need a gloss, but it really doesn't need it. It doesn't need a gloss. All it would need technically is a only thing this thing needs is literally a 1-stage compound polish. Doesn't need any couple more stages than that. The paint's in really good shape, but maybe you would want to go more stages depending on how your paint is. But this car's only a year and a half old. There's no need to do paint like that. So we're gonna go ahead. Oh wow, got scuff marks all over the bumper. This I kind of know about because I carry a lot of stuff too, so sometimes. But let's get this together. We should be good to go. All right, let's go. All right, guys, so as you can see, I'm running out of time and I'm running out of sunlight. The sun's already started going behind that house right there. It's not that much time left, but the good thing is that we're literally on the last part, one of the last parts. Now we have to polish the car. Wow, as you can already feel, this paint feels so smooth. And once we put the polish on top of that, oh boy. All right, so literally the paint feels amazing. The paint definitely I did a good job upholding the paint. The paint still looks good. There's no blemishes. I know you guys can't really see on the GoPro, but I'm looking at the paint up close, and literally it's smooth all over. It's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with the paint at all. Now, there's some things that we're going to be using. So now we need a polisher, and we're going to be using this polisher right here. This is from Harbor Freight. It's not the best, but it gets the job done. I'll actually put it in the description below of a polisher, dual action polisher that I'm actually going to be using very soon in the future. That's going to be replacing this. And we don't need to do anything crazy, so we're going to use 82 swirl free polish. So we're gonna use this stuff. I'll put a description of this below in the description below, so you guys can go ahead and buy this. Like I said, and just want to give you guys a reminder, all these parts that I'm telling you about that I'm using for Project Mark 7 are all going to be in the description below, divided by category. So for all the stuff I use for the interior, all that stuff that I use for the exterior, it's all going to be in the description, so you could buy all of this stuff for yourself as well to get the job done. This there, I will put a link in the description for these below. So these I got as a deal. So I believe, I don't remember how much these were, but they came in 6. So there was 6 of these. Some were finishing pads, some were cutting pads, some were polish pads. So they're all different variations of pads, because some are softer than others, and others cut through the stuff that are a little bit better. Feels absolutely smooth to the touch. I want to even make it even smoother by applying some polish to it to protect it. And then we're going to seal it all down once it's all said and done. So without further ado, let's go ahead. I'm going to put some on this wing too. See how this comes out, the wing. Big wing thing. Not my wing. The wing's not big on this car. That's fine. And then you want to start off on a slow setting. Spread it out. Spread the compound out. And let the machine do the work. Don't fight the machine. Just let it glide. Alright guys, and then all you have to do after that is take a very clean, brand new microfiber towel and just wipe off. Wipe off the excess polish. Wow. And I can already tell you, I will show you the wing real quick. Let's look at the wing. Hang on. Look at how clear this is. You can see the reflection. It's very smooth, extremely smooth. One side down, another side to go. So, ooh, that paint though, man. Did the whole top already. Now I gotta do the top on the other side, front hood, and we did the rear hatch already. Did the bumper already. She's looking right. She's gonna be looking right for tomorrow. All right, we still have some sunlight left. The sun is pretty much almost all the way down. We got one more step to do, people, and it's a very, very easy step. It is basically just rinsing this car down and putting the hydrate down. So that's what we're gonna do now. But this polish came out great. If you can see the reflection, came out absolutely perfect. Perfect. Even on the front hood and on the front bumper. Perfectly nice. This is Hydro 2 Light from CarPro. And I will put this in a link in the I'll put a link in the description below where you guys can buy this. So basically what this is, it's basically good up to 3 months. It seals the paint and everything, so pretty much when water hits it, it beads right off. You need you pretty much need to get the car wet again, which we already did. We already wet the car again, and then we just rinse it off and then it activates. So it activates through water when water hits it. So without further ado, we're gonna rinse the car a little bit more, and then we're gonna apply this stuff onto it, so then we'll be good to go. It's definitely nice. It looks absolutely flawless. Came out great. Yeah, so all the products that I have used today on this full detail on the exterior of the car are in the description below. Go ahead, if you find something on there that you liked in the video, all of it is down below. Feel free to comment below as well if you have any questions about anything. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. And definitely, so I just want to conclude this video, guys. Project Mark 7 is fully detailed and ready for the spring. I'm happy that this is fully detailed. The engine bay is fully detailed. It looks great. The interior is fully detailed. The whole car is completely clean inside and out. And I am so happy it's done because she's looking quite nice. She's looking very nice. But what I need you guys to do, if you guys like videos like this, I need you to hit that subscribe button, JR14 on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you smash that. Give me the thumbs up. I need the thumbs up because that's what gets the videos up and trending. If you guys don't give it a thumbs up, it's nothing. But I need you guys to give it a thumbs up. And definitely, if you guys like stuff like this, definitely, like I said, subscribe, share, like, and that's it. Without further ado, this is JR14. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Take care.